Yesterday we announced that now our ICE officers are facing a 1,000% increase in assaults against them. And you read about the stories and hear what's happening from coast to coast every day in our national media and in our press. But it's in large part due to the pro-sanctuary state and cities policies and the language of elected bureaucrats and politicians that are reckless with their lives and endangering their families. Every public official should talk about and work to protect people, to keep them safe and American people's lives safe. I want you to look at the contraband that's in front of me. We have 20 kilograms of fentanyl that's in front of me on this table. That's enough to kill 10 million people. And here out of this office, this was interdicted just days ago here in Illinois. And because these federal officers have been out on the streets picking up criminals and dangerous individuals, we were able to take this 20 kilograms of fentanyl off the streets and save over 10 million lives. They're also keeping these weapons out of the hands of criminals that would use it to rob and assault and to murder individuals in these communities. Unfortunately, all of the politicians that have spoken out against their efforts, their desire appears to be that they would like to have more of this on their streets, more drugs out there for their kids and families to be victimized, more guns out there committing crimes. That is not the work that we do in ICE. The work that we do is to protect people and make sure that we remove these weapons and drugs off of our streets and hold those criminals accountable who would go forward and continue to use that to harm individuals.
Recently, Secretary Kristi highlighted a dramatic rise in assaults against ICE officers, reporting a staggering 1,000% increase. She attributes much of this surge to pro-sanctuary state and city policies, as well as irresponsible language from elected officials, which she says endangers both law enforcement and their families. According to Noem, every public official should prioritize safety by actively working to protect communities and American lives. To illustrate the dangers ICE officers face, Noem presented a recent seizure of 20 kilograms of fentanyl interdicted in Illinois. She emphasized the lethal potential of this amount, explaining it could kill up to 10 million people. This significant drug bust was made possible by federal officers working on the streets to apprehend criminals and remove dangerous substances from circulation. Noem further explained that ICE's role extends beyond drug interdiction. They also work to keep firearms out of the hands of criminals who would use them to commit violent crimes such as robbery and murder. She criticized politicians who oppose these efforts, arguing that their stance effectively allows more drugs and weapons to circulate, putting innocent families at greater risk. Ultimately, Noem stressed that ICE's mission is to protect communities by removing harmful drugs and weapons and holding dangerous individuals accountable for their actions. She painted ICE officers as frontline protectors striving to keep neighborhoods safer despite growing challenges.